Hello everyone, it's Dr. Connor with Tree of Life Chiropractic.
And Dr. Victoria. And we're here today to give you our 7th video in the stress series. And this one's going to be about the heart and the lungs and how they all work together. Just want to remind you guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please leave us a comment below, like it, share it with your friends. Anything you can do, that would be really, really helpful. And we would really appreciate it.
Yep, so we're talking about getting oxygen to everything. That is the main job of both your respiratory system and your cardiovascular system.
Yep.
So when you end up having a sympathetic reaction, you instantly need to get that oxygen out. Your brain needs to be able to function better. Your muscles need to be able to move. So all of this happens by, one, making your heart rate faster, making contractions happen stronger, and then it's also opening up your airways, dilating your blood vessels, all of that to make it so that you're able to get the oxygen to where it needs to go and to be able to pull the CO2 away from those areas.
Yep, and for most people generally that don't have an existing respiratory or heart condition, they can deal with a stress that comes in and adapt to it, and their body can adapt and everything is hunky-dory and we move on and, the next thing happens. But if you have, pre-existing conditions, especially respiratory conditions like asthma or bronchitis or COPD, things like that are going to make that stress when the stress happens, it's going to make it so much harder for you to breathe and be able to get oxygen to all the areas that you need to get oxygen to because you're more susceptible to that condition in the first place. Same thing goes for cardiovascular. If you already have, issues in your heart, when you're put under a stress response, those issues are going to be exacerbated, making it even harder for you to pump blood to the rest of your body.
Yep. So in our office, we go over scans many times, but one specific scan that we do use is what's called an HRV. So that's heart rate variability. And
it's so cool.
The coolest thing about this is that it's really taking both sides of your autonomic nervous system and comparing them. So it's understanding how you're using your sympathetic versus your parasympathetic responses to make it so that your heart is actually beating the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So the best way to kind of think about it, sympathetic is revving up the engine, making the heart beat faster, and the parasympathetic is coming in and calming it down.
Yep.
We talk about parasympathetic calming, braking, all of that, and the sympathetic is revving the gas. So by putting both of those together while you're resting, you should have a specific output for your heart rate, and that starts to show us a graph on how you're responding to your autonomic nervous system and to stresses.
Yep, exactly. It shows us how your body's adapting to those stresses that are constantly being placed under you, and that tells us a lot of information about your nervous system and what we can do to help support your nervous system during different phases of your life. Because that's always going to change. It's always evolving. We're always adapting and evolving in our bodies in general. But that HRV, what it's also measuring, not only your body's ability to adapt to different stressors, but it's also measuring your energy levels. So we think of it like a cell phone battery. If it's fully charged, great, good to go. You're good for like 8 hours or whatever it is. But if that's low, that's never a good thing to see, right? So we never like to see a low cell phone battery. So we also don't want to see a low energy in our nervous system because that also means that it's going to be harder for us to adapt to different things that are happening to us. So it's really important that when we perform that HRV, we're looking for those two things, your ability to adapt to stress and your energy levels overall, which is going to give us so much information about what's going on with you.
Yep. So just to recap real quick, biggest issue with cardiovascular and respiratory is if you have a pre-existing condition and then you start to stress the system even more, whether that's allergies, asthma, to heart disease, even the bigger things like stroke. That all happens a lot of the times because there's too much stress on the system and the body just can't handle it, and it can't adapt to it. So then you start to create these issues throughout the system.
Yep, and that's another reason why we love chiropractic so much, is because what we are able to do once we have that information from your scans is help your body and your nervous system better adapt to things that are happening to you. So if we can do that for you through chiropractic care, that would be awesome. That's one of the things we love the most about our job, is being able to test what's going on and then also remeasure it later down when making sure we're making progress with you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, thanks again for watching. Please leave us a comment below, let us know how we did, or share it with your friends. Anything you want to do, that would be super helpful. We have one more video for you guys in this stress series, and it's on the endocrine system, which basically is your hormones. We're just going to wrap the whole thing up, kind of recap everything that we've talked about, and then move on to the next series for you guys. So again, thanks for watching. Have
We'll
a great
see you in
day.
the next video.